Hey everyone, how you doing? If you are new here, I'm Nicol Concilio and welcome to the video. Today I just received in the mail the new Dominique Cosmetics Berries and Cream eyeshadow palette from Kristen Dominique's brand. So we got this inside. Very, very cute. So the colors are very, like, obviously berry toned, but I feel like they're perfect for the winter months and the holiday months coming up upon us. And I actually have to go to a video shoot after this video, so I figured I would just kind of get ready on camera for you guys, do a little review with the eyeshadow palette, and kind of test everything out. So, a couple of things about the eyeshadow palette. There are 12 shades, and it is $44. It's 8 creamy pigmented matte shades, 3 beautiful silky shimmer shades, and 1 unique golden glitter creamy matte to add a bit of glitz and glam to any look. Sorry, that was hard for me to read. Oh, it's available now, you guys. It's available now. So go and check it out if you are interested. We also have the Berries and Cream liquid lipsticks. They're $18 each. They are long-wearing and non-drying formula that fills in lip lines for a smooth, even look. So let's just get started. I'm going to go in with the P. Louise base. And a couple of you who love to point out when I'm wrong, may I add, were telling me that you think that I'm using base number 2 for P. Louise. So I'm just gonna say, like, I'm using the P. Louise base. It's a nude color, and I'm just gonna go in and dab it everywhere. I'm gonna definitely have to order more of this because your girl is running out. I have been using this like every day. So I'm going in with the Morphe M224, and I'm just going to blend out this P. Louise primer base. And I always like to add a little bit more than necessary because I'll take the primer and I'll actually put it like way out to almost my hairline because sometimes I don't know what kind of makeup look I'm gonna do right on the spot. So I like to always have a little bit of extra out just, you know, just right here. And then since I'm such a perfectionist, I like to go in with a beauty blender. That way the primer is a little bit smoother looking rather than like brush strokes, if you know what I mean. And the cool thing about this base, and I'm so sorry to be repetitive, but I know we are growing and it's so exciting and we're having like our family grow every day, our YouTube fam, our subscriber count. So if I am a little repetitive, that is why, because I know not everybody has seen all of my videos out there. So this base is really bomb because it kind of dries down. You don't need to set it, and it's like meant for pigment. It's meant for eyeshadow pigments and all that other stuff. I don't know how I ever did my eyeshadow before this, and it's a lifesaver. All right, so I'm gonna zoom you guys on in and let's get started with our eyeballs. So this right here is what the palette looks like, Berries and Cream from Dominique Cosmetics. It's a very large palette. Like, it's literally larger than my torso, you guys. Like, literally. It's larger than my torso. To compare it to another palette that's like a similar size, I would say this is the gingerbread palette and it's still like larger than that. So that way you get like a pretty good size range from the camera, like how big the palette is. And then you open the palette up inside and it has a pretty large mirror, and these are the eyeshadows. They have DC kind of like embossed, imprinted, whatever you want to call it, in them. And again, these are very berry tones. Like we say, there is a little bit of a gold pop in there. That would be really pretty as an inner corner highlight. There are some shades. This one shade, it's called Warm Pie. It kind of looks like a little bit of a satiny. It has a, if I move my finger up and down, you can see it has a little bit of a glitter reflex. Now, shades like this are like always a little bit difficult for me because I find that when I apply them, I lose a little bit of the glitter. But even with swatching it, you can kind of see the glitter still if I move it. So that looks promising for sure. I kind of want to do like a red cranberry look. I haven't done a cranberry look in a while, and maybe do like a pop of gold on the inner corner. And I haven't done like a blended look in a really long time, so I kind of want to do like just a soft blended cranberry look. This is a really easy go-to look too if you are looking for something for the holidays or whatever. And also, I love this blue that she added in. I'm gonna just show you guys on my finger. Like, that is cool. Like, I love the pop of blue, and then I'll swatch the gold for you guys so you can see. So this is right here, the blue and the gold, and then the cranberry shade I'll show you as well. And then bittersweet, which is kind of like a purple shade. So this is a really cool color palette. I think this is one of the more like exciting ones that she's put out. Like I think that this, like if I wasn't sent this, I would totally go out and buy it because it has some really cool like pops of color in there. So I am going to first start off with this shade right here called Cherry Juice. And I'm taking my Morphe M431 and I'm just going to kind of like apply it following the natural crease of my eye. I have a little bit of creasing going on. This is why I keep my beauty blender handy, so that way if the primer does crease, you can just kind of blend everything out. So I'm just gonna go in and start to follow that main crease. Also, just be aware that like when you are doing this method that I'm doing where like you're starting with the darker shade, you're not setting your base, whatever, you definitely do have to be very careful and use a very light hand. Like you don't want to go in and start really heavy pressing because then you're going to get patchiness with this technique. And then I'm just going to do the same exact thing over here with this eye. And again, you guys, when doing this method, it's not supposed to look perfect right off the bat. Like this is in no way perfect. So don't judge this part of it. Like this is definitely a technique that takes a lot of patience. So just be calm with it, be patient, and you know, don't do this when you only have like 10 minutes to get ready, because that is when shit will hit the fan. All right, so now I'm going to go in with a little bit of a denser brush. This is the Morphe E14, and I'm going to use a little bit of a lighter shade. I may actually use that warm pie shade, even though it has a little bit of sparkles in it. It's definitely significantly lighter, and I don't really want to use the purple, so I'm going to just dunk into warm pie, and then I'm going to do a little bit right over it, like so. Kind of get that going on, and obviously this is not the finished look. So I just feel like I really need to reiterate that for people who love to be quick in the comments, you know. I gotta cover my ass. So that's what I'm talking about. And then I'm doing the same exact thing over here. And then now what I'm gonna do is take a brush, a much softer brush and fluffier brush that doesn't have any additional product on it. This is the Morphe M441. And I'm just gonna go in and start to soften up the edges of the shadow. Just like so. And again, like I really hate to be so repetitive, but this is a very, very long way to do your eyeshadow. Like I cannot reiterate enough how much you have to go back in and kind of blend and back in and blend. So if you are in a rush, like definitely do not do this technique. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye off camera, and I'll be right back. So obviously you could see we lost a lot of the pigment, but that is very common with this technique. So I'm gonna go back in and brighten everything back up. So I'm using the Morphe M456, and I'm gonna go back into the shade Cherry Juice, and I'm just going to darken everything back up. So far, I find that these shadows are very, very creamy. They're pretty easy to work with and blend with. Like I would say they're pretty beginner friendly. And then I'm gonna switch to another shade. And this is the Morphe M433. And I'm gonna go in with the shade Warm Pie. Make sure you tap off any excess. And I'm just gonna now go in and start to blend this shade on top. So it's kind of like a process, as you guys can see. But as long as you're having fun, you know what I'm saying? Makeup is all about having fun. That's why I like it, and that's why I started it. This is really blending out very nicely. And obviously once I cut the crease, it's gonna look even better, so don't pay attention to that right now. But I'm just gonna do this step like over 2 times. Like usually that's how I do it. Like that's my go-to rule of thumb, is to go over this like a couple times, and then I'm gonna do the same thing to the other eye, and I will be back for the lid. Okay, you guys, so I have cut my crease and shit, and I'm debating on whether or not I should do gold or keep it with the cranberry. I think I should just do what I was gonna originally do, and that is the cranberries. Oh yeah, that is pretty. And then I can always pop the gold on the inner corner, you know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? All right, so let's get a good packing brush here. So I'm gonna go ahead and just pack this on the whole lid. This could be used as like a really nice Christmas eye, Christmas Eve eye, holiday party, cranberry, you know what I'm saying? Then you can always go back in with the brush you use to do the darkest color and kind of like blend it together. That way it's not as like harsh looking or whatever. Also, I do want to point out there is a little bit of fallout on the palette. It doesn't bother me, but I do just want to say there is some fallout. It's not like a subculture deal though, so I don't feel like it's a big deal. Again, just kind of like going in with the brush, we use the darkest shade, which is Cherry Juice, and kind of creating more of a smooth blend. Just like so, honestly, just going back and forth. Okay, so part of me is wanting to put like gold glitter on the eyes. So I have this thing from Revlon. It's actually called Revlon Photo Ready Eye Art. And it has like this liquidy gold on this side, gold glitters. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna like wipe off a lot because I want them to be sparse. Oh yeah, that's pretty. If you do a little bit like of the glitter. So just so we have like little kind of glitteries going on. I don't think I want to add more than that. Maybe like a little touch up in this area, but I don't want it to be too overwhelming. So I think that looks really good. I really want to go in with some heavy winged liner. So I'm going to use the Tarteist Double Take for this. And I'm also going to clean up the edges here. So I'm just going to kind of do it like that. Do the same thing over here. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the winged liner, and I draw that initial line, and then I'm just going to connect it in like so. And kind of fill in any of the dots that we have going on here. Pop on some mascara, and then I'm going to do the other eye off camera just to save some time. And then I'm also going to do my foundation off camera because not much has really changed in my routine. And since this is kind of like all about the palette anyway, I don't really want to make it too long. This is the NARS Climax Mascara. And then for lashes, I think I want to put these on. These are Houston from Lilly Lashes. Woo, it's cold in my beauty room today, you guys. I just ordered a space heater online from Amazon because I was like, girl, I am cold. And then I'm kind of like letting the lash get a little bit tacky, the glue. I want it to be like 50% dry, I would say. That way when you pop it on, it just sticks a lot better. Mr. Momo, do you want to say hi to camera? Oh, your papas. I'll show him after I pop my lash on. So I like to plop it down in the center first and then push down the outer corner. And then, of course, the inner corners. So that's a really pretty lash. What was the name of this lash again? Houston. I liked it. Ooh, she cute. And then this part is a little like cringy for some people, so I'm really sorry, but I'll go underneath and kind of like squeeze my lashes together with the tweezer. And this is to just really ensure them from moving throughout the day and like making sure that the glue is in the best place possible. And yeah, this is my lash, girl. Let's show Momosh. Oh, your baby. He's got his little sweater on. Hi, honey. He's my baby boy. I love him so much. Look at him, you guys. He's like my little mush. He's my little mushy. He's like, Mom, I was sleeping. Okay, you guys, so I am going to do the other eye off camera. I'm going to do my foundation off camera. I'm going to come back for the lower lash line, and then we'll give some of our final thoughts. Okay, you guys, so we are back for the lower lash, and whew, I just got goosebumps on my face. Can you guys see them? Sometimes yeah, you can kind of see them. Ugh, when I get cold, I get goosebumps on my face. It's the weirdest thing. So I'm going to go in with the shade Cherry Juice, and this is on my Morphe E36, and I'm just going to smudge out the lower lash line. You don't need a lot of product because this is a very pigmented color, so just keep that in mind. You don't want to have like raccoon eye, you know what I'm saying? And then I'm going to add some of that cranberry shade, the shimmer shade, to the inner corner right here, just so we have a little bit more of like a shimmery situation going on. And then I'm going to add the glitters to the lower lash line as well. And then there's this shade Sugar Cookie. I'm going to just add on my brow bone. This is actually a lip brush from Smashbox, but it's really good for brow bone. And the Sugar Cookie, it's the shade right next to Cranberry, and it's just like a white shimmer. And I'm just literally just adding it right underneath the brow. I have been loving myself a good brow bone highlight lately. I haven't done that in a while, so it's kind of fun to like kind of pick back up. And then I'm just kind of blending the two together. That way it's not too like separated. But that's kind of like a cute little highlight situation. And then I want to add the gold to the inner corner. So what I'm going to do so that we don't get any fallout, I'm just going to wet the brush. That way the gold stays. And I'm just going to pop it right in there. And then I'm going to add some of that Sugar Cookie shade right on top to brighten it up a little bit more. And the last thing I have to test out for you guys is Kristen Dominique's lipsticks. Now, I have never tried these before, so I can't really speak on the wearability of them. Ooh, I like that the applicator is a little angled. I'm going to do the lighter shade first to kind of swatch it out and test out. So this is more of a pink color. It's called Creamy Pink. It definitely is pigmented enough where I don't have to dunk back in. I feel like this shade could be really pretty with like a nude eye, like maybe a gold or just like a matte shade, you know. I'm going to take this off. And then I'm most likely going to wear the darker shade that she has just because I feel like it goes better with my eyes. So I'm going to find a dark lip liner because when I do wear dark lips, I find that I definitely need to have a lip liner because one little mistake and it's not good. It is not good. Okay, so I have some lip liner on. This is called Plumberry. And I'm just going to apply like so. I'm very interested to see how this dries down. Okay, so I'm gonna zoom you guys on out and give you some of my final thoughts. Okay, you guys, so I thought the palette was really fun. The lipsticks I can't really speak on because I've only literally had them on for like 30 seconds. So I don't know like how they dry and stuff like that. It's probably best to go check out Kristen Dominique's channel for that. But for the eyeshadow palette, I thought the colors performed really, really nice. And I also like that there's a pop of blue in here, a purple. I like that there's a gold aspect. I think that this is a really fun palette. Plus it's huge, like it's a very big palette. So you kind of feel like you get your money's worth, if that makes sense. You know, sometimes if there's a palette like the size of this, you're kind of like, okay. But I feel like this is a huge palette. I think everything came out really good. I really do like it. I hope you guys enjoyed this review/tutorial. Leave me a comment down below if you got this palette, if you are going to get this palette, what your thoughts are. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!